Police Department, Operator 27.
I want to report the shooting of a policeman.
Hold on, please. Give me that again, please.
I'm calling to report the shooting of a policeman.
What's the address?
5057 State Street, just west of Santa Monica.
Just a minute.
Receiving hospital. Operator 2.
Operator 27, 5057 State Street, 5057 State Street. An officer has been shot. Send an ambulance.
All units in the vicinity of State Street and Santa Monica Boulevard. Proceed at once to 5057 State Street, 5057 State Street. An officer shot. Code 3.
$80K to Control 1.
Control 1 to 80K. Go ahead.
This is Breen. Instruct homicide to throw out a dragnet and pick up all suspicious characters in the area of the shooting. Also notify Sergeants Marty Brennan and Chuck Jones to report to me at the scene of the crime.
Control 1 to 80K. Roger.
I see. Well, what have you got so far?
Well, not much, Captain Breen. A couple of cartridge cases.
Oh, Marty, Chuck.
Hi, Cap.
Eyewitnesses? Who was first on the scene, reported it?
I was. I live here. I'm a light sleeper, but my hearing is good. And my
Did
cat...
the officer say anything before he collapsed?
Yeah, he gave a description of the fella.
On the shooting of the officer. Suspect is a white male American. Age 26 or 7. 5 feet 10 or 11. 155 to 165 pounds. Brown hair. Regular features. Pencil mustache. Repeat broadcast. All units.
Is that about it?
Yes, sir, exactly. And the officer kept saying, he looked like such a nice kid. He looked like such a nice kid. As if he couldn't believe what had happened to him.
I see. Is that all?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, anything else I can do, I'd be glad to help you.
We may call him. Get his name and address, will you, Bob? This door been checked, Lee?
Yeah, it's okay, Captain.
Find anything?
Nothing but some smudges so far. Found this in the glove compartment. I think it's nitroglycerin. Doesn't look quite right.
Well, check it down at the lab.
Right.
Oh. Open this up, Joe.
No key, Captain.
Let's try it open.
Give me that bar, Frank.
Regular arsenal.
Yeah, get a load of that. What is it?
I don't know. It looks like some kind of an electrical device. United States Navy. It's either stolen or war surplus. Send all this stuff down to the lab and check the serial number on that Navy equipment.
Yes, sir.
Captain Breen.
We found these in the weeds over by the radio store.
What do you got?
A pair of cloth gloves, Captain.
Well, he thought of everything, didn't he? All right, give them to one of the technicians.
Yes, sir.
Marty, you and Chuck come along with me. Let's go downtown and see what they picked up in the dragnet.
Right.
You know him, Marty?
Yeah. I know his wife, too. Ever since high school. Captain, I wish you'd let Chuck and me handle this case.
All right. I don't want any dead heroes. I just want the man who shot Rawlins.
The suspects began to arrive at headquarters in droves. The police tossed every motel and hotel and many private homes in a 4-square-mile area around the scene of the shooting. Every available radio car and patrolman and detective was out on the dragnet. The strings were being drawn tighter and tighter. Many a man returning from a date or a late party or a poker game surprisingly found himself in a squad car, its sirens screaming as it brought him to the detective bureau. The dragnet gathered in some strange fish, and many ordinary ones. All the rest of that night, the detectives probed, needled, questioned, quizzed. Everything was checked. Fingerprints, names, addresses, stories. Every fish in the net was examined. Most of them thrown back into the sea, not worth keeping. Except a few parole violators and slightly shady characters whose stories needed a lot of verifying.
I wasn't prowling no cards. Just taking a walk, you know, getting in condition.
You were running when the radio car picked you up.
Yeah? Maybe that's why the guys call me Punchy. He's got a point there. 2 felony convictions, no warrant, no warrant. He's on parole.
Book him, violation of parole.
Let's have the next one, Joe.
What were you doing in that vacant lot?
The vacant lot. Lot? What were you doing in it at that time of night?
Nên mỗi mình cũng cho lo ngồi ngồi xì hữu nội là ngồi ấy 30 cái nền bị lục dưới lại của ngồi sinh thành nghĩa ngồi thành ca thì giờ ngồi tụi lừa đảo sang gì ấy.
You say your name is Ralph Henderson.
So what?
Well, you know, it's a funny thing, Ralph. There's a guy around this town that's been wearing your fingerprints. Only his name is Pete Hannon.
Okay. So I'm dead. So what's one more confession in my life?
Now you're talking, Hannon. Okay, Andy.
Oh, Harry. What have we got here?
Oh, some robbery suspects. Candidates for San Quentin. Handsome here is the big shot. He runs the outfit. Have a gander at his record. Car theft, escape from reform school, robbery, assault with a deadly weapon. Not bad. Look at the heater we found on him. German Luger, fully loaded. Redhead here tried to carve up one of the arresting officers with this pretty toy.
Nice boys.
By dawn, many minor wrongdoings had been uncovered, and a few incipient felonies. The checking of the suspects had been thorough, painstaking, and tedious. But all the work was for nothing. The man who had shot Officer Rollins was not among them. He remained no more than a description, a shadow of a man, mysterious, elusive, deadly, hidden away somewhere in the vast city. As for Rollins himself, he couldn't help. He was in a coma at receiving hospital. Mrs. Rollins waited out the long, tense hours while her husband fought to live. Many another officer's wife had so waited. Many another will. The word came shortly after sunup.
Oh.
Day. A white male American, 26 or 7, 5 feet 10 or 11, 155 to 165 pounds, brown hair, regular features, pencil mustache.
This was no frightened fugitive. What went on in his mind? Why had he set his hand against his fellow men, taken the life of another, of a stranger, of a man who was merely doing his duty? He must have some plan, some goal that called for sudden death to anyone who got in his way.